I think, yep, it's recording.
Oh,
Yeah, it's recording. But all of a sudden it stopped recording for like 2 seconds. I don't know why. I might have accidentally hit the button.
okay. Well,
It's not my fault. It was a pretty button. It's red.
It's
I wanted to hit it.
big red button.
I wanted to hit the button, Ted!
So we're back after a long time.
Like 2 weeks. 3 weeks? 4 weeks? I don't know. It's been a few weeks. The plan is to, at least once a month, we're gonna release a podcast on, like, old MCU movies.
We're sort of MCU movies.
Not MCU. Marvel movies.
Marvel movies. Not Marvel Cinematic.
Yeah, it's not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, they are movies. And they are Marvel.
And
they are cinematic.
Yep.
But they are not in the same universe as the other ones. They have their own universe. We're starting with the Spider-Mans. So we're gonna work our way back. We've already seen the Tom Hiddleston, Tom Felton, Tom Holland. Gosh dang it.
I didn't catch that. I was like, yeah, we
Tom
did.
Felton. Totally Tom Felton.
I can't believe I didn't catch that. I was like,
Yeah, Tom Felton.
That's totally a Spider-Man.
Yep, Draco Malfoy. Obviously. Did you not know there's a blonde Spider-Man? Duh.
That would be weird. I've only ever seen a brunette or
Yeah.
black-haired. Or
So-
close enough to
Dark.
dark-haired. Yep.
Yep. So anyway, welcome to the MC review. We're starting our Marvel movie marathon.
Ayo!
We're also probably, when trailers for things comes out, we're probably also gonna watch.
If they ever come out.
Yeah, if A4 trailer ever comes out, we will watch it and do a
I've
review.
heard rumors that they're not going to.
It was supposed to come out in November,
Yeah.
and it's November.
I've heard rumors that they're not going to.
Why?
So we go into the movie theaters knowing nothing.
Blind.
Yeah,
But they
they're
said
not
November.
Yeah, and I've heard also rumors that they're not going to tell us the name.
Just A4. We walk into the
Like,
they
we'll
sell the tickets and it's called A4.
Like, we'll see it when it happens. Like,
Gosh dang it! They can't do that.
yeah, no, I don't. I
I-
hope they don't do
my
that. I hope
theory-
those are just rumors.
My theory is that they'll like release it on Thanksgiving. We're recording this on like 2 days before
2 days
Thanksgiving.
before.
It's the 20th.
Because
If
I
you're
have
wondering.
family coming in
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Sarah has family coming over, and
The Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
yeah, but we weren't doing anything today, so we're like podcast.
Podcast.
Let's go watch a movie. And by go watch a movie, I mean go over to Sarah's house and watch a movie.
There might be construction noises because my neighbors are doing weird things, so don't mind that.
Yeah, if you hear children screaming and banging of things, neighbors, sorry. It's not my house.
Just ignore it. Pretend you don't hear it.
Yeah.
That's my entire life.
Is that a bird?
Yes, I have birds.
Okay. Your bird noises.
I don't know why they're being so noisy right now.
It's because the construction.
Yep. I mean,
Your neighbors.
they're not, the birds aren't in distress. Those are just their, like, I want to yell voices, so they're fine. I don't need
The voices of the birds.
Yeah.
Construction noises are happening.
It didn't happen, it happened, like, for 2 seconds during the movie.
Yep. Let's just hope the mic doesn't pick it up.
Hopefully.
Anywho, yeah. Welcome to the Marvel movie marathon MCU. Welcome to the MCU review. But it's not an MCU.
No.
But it's a review. It's our Marvel movie marathon review. We're starting with Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man, and then we're gonna work our way to the Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, and
But
then we'll move on to weirder things.
Yeah, we might see Venom after that, I don't know.
I don't know.
But we started with,
Right, because that's sort of a Spider-Man thing.
yeah, we started with Holland, and then, it's Holland, right? Yep.
Tom Holland.
Yep, Tom Holland. We started with Tom Holland, then we're gonna go to Andrew Garfield, which is the one we're on now, and then we're gonna go to Tobey Maguire, and then we're probably gonna watch the Hulk made-for-TV movies.
Yep.
Then we might move on to like.
I think after the Hulk made for movies, our expectations will be super low, and so if we watch Venom, we're gonna be like, "This is a great ass movie. You should like watch it."
And then maybe we'll go to X-Men movies after that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
There's a lot of X-Men
There
movies.
are. That's why I wanted to go to other things before we went to X-Men, because I feel like if we start with X-Men, we have to just watch the whole of
we
the
have
X-Men
to watch
thing.
from I think
There are a lot of X-Men movies.
the first one. I don't remember the name, but I know if I see it, I'll know it.
Yeah.
All the way to Logan.
Yeah.
And that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's almost the same amount of the MCU.
There are like 20 MCU movies.
Yeah.
There's
There's about maybe 12. Because there is the Wolverine origin story.
Yeah, I saw that and I didn't really like it.
I didn't either. It had the really bad Deadpool in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched most of the X-Men, except for, the only one I haven't seen is Logan.
I don't know how many I've seen because the first ones are like a blur. I know something.
Yeah, they smashed together because they're
Something happened at the Statue of Liberty. I want to say the first one was where they met the girl, what's her name? Rogue? The one with the power to suck life out of people. Yep, Rogue. Suck life, suck powers, murder. She has the white part in her hair. Eventually, she gets, angel's blood.
And at one point, she's like, hey, I don't want these powers anymore. And, Storm's like, no, we're perfect. And she's like, excuse you?
I just said Angel's blood because it was Angel's dad who did the power, but it was actually I want to say, it was made from the blood of the kid who, power was wings. To, mute powers.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
This one had Kitty in it.
What?
Kitty. The one that can go through walls?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kitty.
You're saying that happened in that movie?
I think so.
Okay. And then, I've seen Days of Future Past.
I've seen that one.
I haven't seen the one after that with the I know it's, with the dude who plays, Quicksilver. I think he might have been cute. I can't remember.
He's sort of cute, yeah.
He's, half cute?
Yeah.
He's
not, my type of cute, but I can see him being cute.
Like a 6 out of 10?
Yeah.
I feel like a 6 out of 10. I gotta get it early tomorrow again. Sarah walked into that one.
Yeah, I did.
You know, every time you say 6 out of 10, I gotta sing that song.
Mm-hmm.
You're just rolling your eyes at me. I feel like we're stalling to not talk about Stanley's death.
I know. We watched we've watched so many of his movies, seen so many of his cameos, and we're
not ready.
I'm not ready.
I don't want to go.
I don't want to go. It's only the more we watch more of the Marvel,
the more you fall in love with Stanley.
The more you fall in love, the more I'm gonna be devastated.
On the bright side, I know I've already told you this, but up to Far From Home, all of the ones that have been announced, which are Captain Marvel, A4, and Spider-Man Far From Home, all of those are in post-production, which means all of the filming has been done.
Mm-hmm.
So the Stanley cameos should already be filmed. So
we don't have to say goodbye yet. Not until next year.
Not until 2020.
Yep.
It's gonna be the Roaring 20s once more, my dude.
Yeah. That's my Roaring 20s is my favorite in history to study.
I like the Flappers.
Yeah,
They got cute little bobs.
I hope we're bringing back jazz for the Roaring 20s. I don't even like jazz, but I like the idea.
Didn't we talk about jazz dubstep being a thing in the Roaring 20s?
Yeah, it's somewhere in my notes. I don't remember. Is it the Avengers where it's Honey's Pizza.
I don't know.
It's one of no.
Stanley's just chilling at Honey's now.
Yep, that's where he goes now.
Honey's is heaven.
Honey's is heaven.
TM.
No, Ant-Man's too far.
Yeah, Ant-Man is way too far. That's the end of phase 2, my dude.
There's Iron Man, Link to Park.
It might have been Captain America.
Incredible Hulk.
Should we just get into the review?
It was Incredible Hulk that we did.
That
Honey's
we said
Pizza.
jazz dubstep?
Jazz dubstep. Yep.
Okay.
So
So if you want to go listen to that podcast, you know a little bit about it. Jazz dubstep.
From the looks of it, Jazz dubstep came in after that.
Oh, okay.
Because I added on to those notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to know a bit about that episode, just know gunship.
Gunship?
Gunship! It's a ship made out of guns. At least that's what it should be.
It should
So, moving on to the review.
It's my turn.
We're really good at stalling. Don't you mean the recap?
The recap!
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel is...
I'm not ready I'm not ready for Steve Rogers to die. And they keep on talking.
They keep hinting at it,
They keep on talking like he's gonna die, and I'm not ready for that. Like...
And that Captain Marvel is gonna be the new captain.
I can't, no. My heart can't take that, okay?
I can't, he's survived 90, what is he, 90 now?
He's like in his hundreds. He
Yeah.
has to be.
He's survived, hundreds of years just to die in A4.
No.
Avengers 4? No, I don't accept that. If he dies, it's not canon, guys. Revolt!
Loki's not dead. Loki's not dead. Freaking Loki's not. Do you remember in the theaters when he died? I turned to you and I'm like, he's not dead.
I just turned to you and I was like, yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He is.
No, he's not dead.
He
TM.
is. You gotta accept it.
Tom Holland. Tom Hiddleston.
TM is now Tom.
But that's not an M, Sarah.
Tom. TM is Tom. Take out
the O.
Without the O. Tom. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't have good expectations for The Amazing Spider-Man, but it was, decently not terrible.
This one is, one of the okay ones.
Okay.
The other ones are kind of, that's when they start getting
I wasn't prepared because, I wasn't prepared for it to be okay. I was prepared for it to be, trash, because I bought both of them, it
1 and
came,
2?
I bought 1 and 2 in a package for $5 at Dollar General. So, I didn't expect it to be good.
Yeah.
I was prepared for it to be trash.
It's just not a lot of people buy it, because it's not part of the MCU. So, why would you buy it if it's not part of the MCU?
Because Andrew Garfield is,
at the time,
ugly?
At the time, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
But now that, the MCU has happened and that they've progressed along...
When did this movie come out?
Way before Spider-Man was a thought in MCU.
I wish it said, what year it came out, because, I feel like when that came out, people were already, away from the stupid, janky phones that they were using in
I
that
think
movie.
it was, somewhere around the era of Iron Man 1.
No, it couldn't have been. I feel like it was more recent than that.
Do you want
I
me
feel like it was.
I don't know.
I might be being drunk right now. I don't know. I'm not drunk. Not recommended for
2012.
young children. Frightening. See, and
When did...
Yeah, that was 2008 when Iron Man came out.
So 4 years.
Yeah, okay. Well, I feel like 2012, them movies, might have been, the phones they had might have been better. Anywho.
I don't know. I was it was a strange time for me that I don't remember the phones.
Yeah. I don't remember the phones either, so.
I may have had a flip phone by then.
We don't know. It's dated. The phones date it quite a bit. Anywho, Sarah, why don't you tell us a bit about this movie?
So,
why don't you recap The movie,
Yeah.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
So we start out and like little baby Peter is like counting down from
5?
5. I don't know.
Well, we don't know where he started.
Yeah, but we know 5.
We
And
know 5.
Yep.
Yep.
And so he's counting on like the stairs, and he's like, "Ready or not, here I come!" And then he's like searching for like his dad. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Parker.
Robert Parker.
And he goes to like the he sees like feet in like the window, like in the curtain, and he's like,
I just realized that's my uncle's name. I didn't realize it until now. That's my uncle's name.
"Well then, you are cousins to Peter Parker."
Yeah, I told you earlier that my grandma's maiden name is Parker, but I just realized because we don't call him Robert. But yeah,
You're cousins to Peter Parker.
I'm cousins to Peter Parker.
And so like he goes to open the curtain and be like, "Aha, there you are!" And it's just a broom, and it falls over. And he's like, "Ah, dang it!" And
Because we could see the feet, but it was boots.
Yeah,
it was just boots set there.
apple bottom jeans, boots with them fur. And so he goes and searches more, but he finds that the he goes into his dad's office because, you know, that's where Daddy usually is.
But he's not there. But there's a hole in the window. What?
And the office is kind of trash, not like fully,
Just a bit.
just a little trash.
Probably because wind's coming
Probably
through the window. Maybe because his dad's a pig.
I don't know. And so
We have no room to talk. We don't clean.
no. I mean, I sort of cleaned before you came.
Sort of clean.
I cleaned my room.
Nothing else.
No. And, so, like, the dad comes in. I don't know why. There's no, like, nothing that triggered him to come in, but he's coming in.
Yeah, he's like triggered.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, something's happened.
And so he erases part of the chalkboard, and he gets some stuff out of a false bottom of a drawer, shoves it in a briefcase, and they leave to go to Aunt May and Uncle Ben's house. They're like, "You need to watch Parker for a bit.
Peter,
for a bit." I
they're all
call
Parkers.
Yeah.
They just stare at each other.
They're like, "Grow up. You need to watch Peter for a little bit." But Peter doesn't know this. Peter's outside.
Well, he's in the other room.
Yeah, he's
'Cause
in the
it's
other
night.
room, and Aunt May, like, made eye contact with him, was like, "Hey, what up?" You're a kid.
Yep.
You're in the other room. We made eye contact. And, so they do a little grown-up talking, and then Mom and Dad are like, "We gotta go. Aunt May, you need to know he doesn't like crust on his sandwiches. He sleeps with the light on." And then, like, Robert's like, we gotta go.
What is his mom's name?
I don't
Did
know.
they ever tell us?
No.
Okay.
We only know Robert's name is because we saw it.
Yeah.
And they never said it. And then, so they, like, leave. And, we are presumed that they have died.
Yeah. I mean,
It never tells us.
says they're dead. And like from the end credit scene, you'd think they're not dead.
Yeah. But it leads you to believe, like, they're dead until the end credit scene.
What? I mean, you would think that, but at the same time, like,
They never told you.
it never says that they died.
They
Like,
just
there's
got
no
in a car and
funeral.
drove away.
And like Peter's like, if he's so great of a guy, why isn't he here? Which implies that they just like left, and like people never saw. Like there was no funeral.
They don't really talk about it either.
Yeah, it's weird.
So, they just get in a car and drive.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think in the Tobey Maguire one or the Peter Parker one. Peter Parker. Tom Holland is Peter Parker. Damn.
Damn.
Dum.
Dum.
But yeah, I don't think in the Tom Holland one or in the Tobey Maguire one it talks about his parents at all.
Yeah, well, in
So.
Peter Parker, Tom Holland. Now you got me saying
we
it.
both just like Tom
Accepted him
Holland.
as Peter Parker. In the Tom Holland one, they don't really even talk about Ben.
Yeah,
Except
I mean, like,
one
Ben's already dead.
Yeah, in
And,
one moment, in the Tom Holland one, they're like, I can't do that to her, not after Ben.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they say about Ben.
Yeah.
There. So...
Benjamin.
They don't really talk about his backstory in Tom Holland.
Yes.
Andrew Garfield is a whole another story. That's where we see Ben die. Again.
Again. For the second time.
Yeah, they were really worried about in the Tom Holland one. They're like, don't show Ben dying. We can't take that for a third time.
Yeah. Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
And so, here, there's like the weird time lapse of baby,
It's been 7 years? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been years. It's been years!
Yeah.
I've done my waiting. 12 years! Heroes, come on!
Yep. Okay.
Sarah just ignoring my Harry Potter rant.
And then it's an awkward time lapse because baby Peter is turned away, and then all of a sudden he's grown Peter.
Well, I have not grown like teenage.
Teenage Peter, close enough.
Who knows?
And then he's like 17, almost 18, almost grown. And he's like at his locker.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Actually, he is at a case putting a picture in
Oh,
the thing.
right. And then this girl's like, hey, you doing anything Saturday? And he's like flustered. He's like, no.
I don't know. Maybe. Like, he
and then
doesn't say anything. He just makes mouth noises.
And then she's like, I want you to take pictures of my boyfriend's car.
And
for
he's like,
reasons.
sorry, gotta check that old schedule. Actually, she does say the reason, because it's for his birthday that's coming up. Her boyfriend's birthday that's coming up.
Yeah, I didn't really pay
attention.
I didn't pay attention to that. I was like, oh, she's just,
Unlike some people, Sarah, I care about their feelings.
And then Peter gets on a skateboard in the middle of the hall and starts skating away.
And the teacher's like, not hip, Parker.
He's like, wheels up, and he's like, you mean like this? And he, like...
picks it above his head.
Yep. And continues on.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens after that.
Then he goes to his locker.
Oh, that's when he goes to his locker.
And
some people are making out on it, and he's like, oh my god.
Gotta get my stuff, gosh. Like, if that were me, I'd just be like, hey, cough, cough, move.
I'd be like, move, get out the way. And then...
Less politely.
I would have used the cuss word there. And if
You've already cussed in this podcast.
Oh, bitch, get out the way. And then, like, I would have, like, if they didn't move, I would have pushed them, like, rudely pushed them. Like, made sure they got the message that, hey, get out the way.
Yeah, I would have probably just, like, opened the locker and forced it open, like, shoved them to the side.
He was polite about it. He was like, I just needed my locker.
Yeah.
And where you and me probably would have been like, it's my locker.
Like, excuse me.
This is my locker. And then Sparta kick him.
Like, excuse me, get a room. This is a hallway, not a room.
Yeah. In what world did you think that this was appropriate? PDA. There was only, like...
Also, why was it a teacher stopping them?
There's only one time in high school that there was that bad of PDA. It was, like, my sophomore year. And...
What happened?
They were making out, and then they were on the floor.
What?
And then I think they were about to do the thing.
What?
And the teacher was like, no.
Why did you do that in a hallway?
Yeah.
At school?
Yeah.
Were there cameras in the hallways?
In our high school, the cameras don't really work.
Oh, okay.
They're just for show.
Okay. Because, like, I feel like a lot of high schools, like, have cameras, and they just...
High school senior year was supposed to be fun. It wasn't that fun.
Never was. Why is... this blanket is very hot. Where's the off button?
I told you it gets really hot.
I know, but I don't know where the off button is. I found it. Okay.
Heated blanket, guys. It gets hot. Who would have thunk?
Yep.
And so,
Should I cut that out or no?
Not.
Okay. My rambling about a blanket.
And then, so, Peter goes outside, and he awkwardly takes a picture of
Gwen Stacy. Yeah,
And,
it was weird.
there's no reason for it. He just sees her, he goes, must take picture, click. And then that's the end of that. And then the guy's like, eat it! whatever your
Flash.
name is.
It was Flash.
Flash was like, eat it, whatever your name is, eat it. And he was holding a guy over, like, spaghetti.
What was it?
Shoving
I'm
his,
trying to
like,
remember
face
what
in
his-
it.
What was his name? Because I feel like I was like, oh, it was Gordon. I remember it was Gordon because I was like, oh, like Officer Gordon from
Batman.
freaking Batman. But
Swear to me. Yeah, you said Gordon. You're like, oh, Gordon from Batman. I was like, swear to me.
Yeah.
And that's just a quote from Batman. That's not even something Gordon says. And Flash is like, take a picture, Peter, take a picture. And Peter's like, no. Gordon, don't eat it. I'm not taking a picture of that, Flash. And then Flash beats him up.
Okay, can we talk about how, like, Flash kind of acts like he has a crush on Peter?
Yes, but he doesn't want to know it, so he's, like, beating him up. Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, it was, like, in this one, like, okay, because he's like, take a picture, Peter, take a picture. Like, kind of like he's trying to impress him.
Yeah.
And then
I
he's
think
like,
he's like a closet gay. You know, like how the jocks in movies that are closet gays are really rude?
Yeah.
That's what Flash in this movie is.
Flash is
But to
Peter,
except he gets better later in the movie where he's like...
yeah, he's like, I'm sorry about your Uncle Peter.
And then stops bullying him.
Yeah, and because I was just like that, because that's what, like, because I'm like, why is he, like, being nice?
But also, like, Peter did, like...
he did flex on the haters.
Yeah, we'll get to that scene, but, like, and then he, like, picked him up, like...
And shoved him against the locker. And he's
so, like, that's when he got his powers, when he's strong enough to, like, I think... I don't know the logistics, but I think strong enough to lift, like, an elephant.
Where did my pants can't go? God dang it, what have I done?
Okay?
What is in this bag?
Numbers and the D&D coins.
Well, I want to know what the coins look like.
There
you
are,
painted them?
yes,
you have
I did.
Painted the
There are...
I
You broke your
I
chair.
broke the chair, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize, I broke your chair. Do I need... I'm sorry. I'm
gonna need duct tape.
I don't have any duct tape, I'm sorry.
A bunch of duct tape. I can't really fix it right now.
Okay. Should I get out of this chair?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I don't... okay. That's a weird sequence of events. We're moving. Oh, don't fall.
Yeah, well, you broke it.
Well, in my defense, you found that chair on the beach.
Yes, but it was fine until you put...
Okay, nobody told me not to do that.
Sort of did.
I'm sorry. I broke your chair.
Yeah.
Do you need a new chair?
I need duct tape to at least fix that one.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a failure. Sound of furniture moving across the ground.
I have to rearrange my room now.
Don't harm the chicken nugget. I'm concerned with it. Sarah is exasperated at my love for chicken nugget.
No.
But the chicken nugget will survive.
Put it somewhere. That's why it was in the middle of the room.
I'm sorry I broke the chair, Sarah. It was an accident.
I can fix it with a bunch of duct tape.
Okay.
But it has to be a bunch of duct tape.
Not just a little.
No.
A lot. Oh, duct tape.
You're lucky I have 3 chairs in this room, otherwise you'd have to stop this podcast.
We could sit on the bed. And you're like, no, the bed is mine. Only I can sit on the bed.
Okay, after that incident...
Yep. I'm gonna have to edit this a little bit, because that's gonna be weird. Okay.
So after that scene where weird jock
Yeah.
being
Flash.
trying not to be gay,
Yeah.
Peter goes home,
I don't remember. Yeah, I think maybe.
and then we see Ben is like something like water's leaking in the basement, and
Yeah.
Ben walks in with like a case of bowling trophies, and she's like, "Ah, don't put that here!" And he's like, "What? These are my bowling trophies!" And then he's like, "Come on, Peter, let's go fix stuff downstairs."
And they get meat.
Yeah.
Meat out of the freezer so it doesn't go bad. And then,
put some on his eye.
Yeah.
Because he got beat up.
By his boyfriend, TM.
Yeah, by his boyfriend, TM. Tom. And then, so...
His boyfriend, Tom.
Yeah. And
Peter Parker is now dating Peter Parker. You're welcome.
And... I don't like that imagery. And then...
Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield isn't your OTP?
No. And then, so they talk for a bit about fixing stuff, like, they're being weird, talking.
Yeah, because I think Uncle Ben's like, can you fix this? And he's like, not tonight, I'll have to go to the hardware store tomorrow. People, why are you building things?
And then, from that, they're like, and he's like, who beat you up? And he's like, how did you know? You don't just fall and get a black eye.
No, he was like, I know what a left hook looks like. I know what a left hook looks like when I see one, Peter.
And he's like, do I need to call someone's dad? And he's like, no, it's fine. He's like, don't let Aunt May know because she is really rude sometimes. I don't know.
She will fight them.
She will fist fight them, personally.
I want to see Aunt May take on... like Venom
Instead
or something.
of like Peter Parker, Aunt May just walks up and goes, "You've been a bad person." No.
Bad boy.
Bad boy.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
And then from there,
then he goes to he finds out.
He finds
about
his dad's stuff in the basement.
Yeah.
And he starts Googling someone. His old lab partner.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
It's Dr. Connors.
Connor with an S. Connors.
Yes, that's what I said.
And making sure they understand. And then he's like, oh, he works at Oscorp. I'm gonna go talk to him. And so it flashes to the next day where he goes to Oscorp. And a lady's like, excuse you? And he's like, I'm here to see Nope, that's a different...
Why didn't... I'm here to see Dr. Connors.
Connors.
Oh, you're here for the, interview.
And he's like, what? And...
whatever. Apprenticeship.
He's like, oh, yeah. And so he's looking at the name tags, and she's like, can't find your name tag? And he's like, oh, no, it's right here. And it was Rodrigo Guevara. And, she's like, yeah.
Yep.
Rodrigo. And he's like, de nada. Right?
Yeah.
He speaks some Spanish.
He's like, gracias. And she's like, de nada. She's like, thank you. You're welcome.
And continues on. And he finds out that Gwen is the one leading the tour for the internship. And he's like, oh no, I gotta hide. She'll recognize me.
Yeah.
And so he's in the back of the group, hiding behind people. And, Connors, right?
Yep. What does Connors do?
Connors asks a question, and then someone's like, it's this, and he's like, no. And then Peter, being the smart boy he is, and dumb boy at the same time, is like, yeah, no, that's
a dumb idea. Here's what I think.
Yep, and then Gwen's like, that's Peter Parker. He's not on the list. But she says that to herself. And then...
she does not verbalize that.
No, Connors is being like, yes! Yes!
Yes, queen.
And then Gwen takes him aside and goes, you're not on the list?
Rodrigo, what do you think you're doing?
You're Peter gosh dang Parker.
Right.
What?
Yeah, stop that.
Neighbors, okay.
Yeah, stop that.
Yeah, stop that, Peter.
Yep. And, so she's like, you better stay with the group. Don't get me in trouble. Okay? And he's like, mm-hmm.
And then he gets
Toads?
separated from the group. And he gets in trouble.
He gets separated. He purposely leaves. But he bumps into a guy and sees the symbol that was in his dad's notes. And he was like, oh, I'm gonna follow him. And he does. He follows him to a room with a code that he remembers just from looking at it, which totally would not be me. and enters a room full of spiders, which could also not be me.
Yeah, Sarah is very afraid after she was bitten by a brown recluse.
Brown recluse.
Yep.
It's a hideous spider, and it...
The hideous swelling,
Yeah, I know.
weird scar left from it. No offense to your scar.
Yeah, no, I have too many to be offense.
You have a scar in your eyebrow.
Yeah, I do. Okay. I have a face scar. I'm a pirate.
She has a face tattoo.
No. And,
Are you sure?
Yes.
Door is unlocked. Somebody's gonna murder us, Sarah. Lock the door.
There you go.
Okay.
And then, from there...
You knocked the bear
I'm
over.
sorry.
What if there's mic interference,
I
you
don't
heathen?
I'm sorry.
Ah, you okay. I'm just gonna hold this.
I was gonna set it back up, but
I'm gonna hold this. I don't trust you.
And then from there, he gets bitten by a spider. Yep. As you know.
As you do when you're Spider-Man.
As you do when you're Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And he goes, ow! And then he just leaves.
Yep.
He goes back to the group in which, Gwen is like,
give me a badge.
Give me
a
your
badge.
gosh dang
Leave.
badge. And he's like, ugh, fine. And he leaves.
Yeah.
And then he goes home on a train.
Yep. But
And
somebody
that's
wakes
when-
him up, and then he fights him.
No, someone sets a beer on his head.
And it wakes him up.
balancing, and like a water drop wakes him up, and he accidentally fights people because he ripped a girl's shirt off, because he put his hand on her shoulder and didn't.
Because somebody like knocked into him and he touched her.
And then his sticky hands, he doesn't know how to work them yet. And then he's like, oh no. Fights him, and then he just leaves, goes home, goes to sleep. No, he eats a bunch of food.
Yes.
A bunch of food. And then we find out that Ben doesn't like meatloaf. Even though Peter's like, this is good meatloaf.
Yeah.
And he's like, something's weird. Nobody likes your meatloaf. And she's like, you don't like my meatloaf?
Why didn't you tell me that 37 years ago? How many meatloafs have I made for you? Gosh, Ben.
That was the last meatloaf she made for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Tear break. Tears. Back to, and then he goes to sleep after taking the frozen macaroni.
Yep.
Which May was offended.
Did he take the frozen macaroni? Yeah, and your meatloaf, and nobody likes your meatloaf.
Yep. And then he wakes up by an alarm and he smashes it to pieces.
Mood.
And,
Mood.
And he goes into the bathroom and he tries to brush his teeth, but the toothpaste is now all over the mirror because he's too strong. And
then he breaks the faucet.
And then he breaks the sink. And he just puts like a towel over it. He was like, I didn't do that. And he leaves and goes... What happens after that?
After he breaks the faucet?
Yep.
Well, he, goes and he talks. I think that's when he goes and talks to Dr. Connors at his house, and he's like, I'm Robert Pete Parker's son.
Robert Pete's son. I'm Robert, yeah. And then he's like, they talk for a bit.
Yeah.
And he goes, yep. He gives him the...
He's like, hey, why don't you come by my lab sometime?
Formula that he needed.
Because he's like, that was in my brain. Push.
And he needed it. It's the decay rate.
Yeah.
And that's not his name. I don't know his name.
Connors?
Connors.
Okay.
I'm bad at names. And Connors needed it because he's doing an experiment with animals and limb regeneration.
Yeah, are we going to talk about the fact that Connors only has one arm, or
He only has one arm.
Yeah, so that's why he's interested in it, because he wants another arm.
So Oscorp needs it for Oz.
Yeah.
Because he's dying.
Harry Osborn. What's his face?
He's Green Goblin.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but Harry is his son's name, right? But
Harry is his son's name.
But what is his name? Is he Harry the Second? I want to say they're both Harry.
Oz.
Yeah, Osborne.
Yeah.
Chicken nugget, no!
I have to clean that up because it has barbecue sauce.
Ah! The chicken nugget have fallen. The chicken nugget, no! I'm sorry. I just was looking at that movie. I didn't mean to knock the plate of chicken nugget down.
I don't have anything to clean this up.
I'm sorry.
This is a very clean towel that I don't want to use.
I'm sorry. It was an accident, I promise. I swear I would never harm chicken nugget on purpose. Your giant book of coloring princesses has fallen.
My floor is now going to smell like barbecue sauce.
Did I tell you about the one time I accidentally put barbecue sauce on my fries instead of, like, ketchup?
I love fries and barbecue sauce.
I didn't. It was a bad idea. It was a mistake.
I don't like fish sticks and barbecue sauce.
Abort. How about fish sticks and custard?
I've never had that, so I can't tell you.
Neither have I, but I don't like fish.
They need it for Oz.
Yep, Osborne.
I think it's Owen. I don't know.
You think it's Owen Osborne?
I don't know.
I don't know. We can look it up later.
And then,
We'll find out
so-
next time on MCU Review.
I don't know who has put up with us all the way through this. If someone out there has, I'm sorry.
Like, comment, and subscribe
Like, comment, and subscribe.
to our YouTube channels,
Wait.
where you can see more of this. I don't know
Liz-
why you'd want to.
Liz is actually magic in the Sarah way.
Yeah. Plug.
Okay. And back to regular scheduled programming. And then Peter's like, oh, I'm going to figure out how to use my power. And we do a montage with a skateboard and Spidey powers.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The one dude broke his board, but he got a new board.
It was Flash, wasn't it?
No, it was the dude on the train.
Dude on the train, right?
Flash would never break his boyfriend's board. Don't be ridiculous. They're in love. Haven't you heard how they rock each other's world?
Okay.
Don't stop me from singing Skater Boy.
That was my childhood.
Avril Lavigne will forever live on in my heart. She's not dead. I don't know why I said
Yeah,
that.
she's not dead. Don't. Okay.
Avril Lavigne and Stanley, they're both my heart. That's, if you want, just look in my heart.
You
It's
see-
Captain America, Stanley, Peter
You
Parker,
see,
Avril Lavigne.
You see them all singing Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. It's not, Avril Lavigne isn't there, it's just Avril Lavigne songs.
Yeah, it's just...
It's
They're all singing they're not even singing in sync. They're all singing different Avril Lavigne songs. In different Avril Lavigne songs, like, over, like, speakers. As if they're, like, in a mall.
Yeah. That's what is my soul. That is my spirit animal.
And so, anyway, and...
Onwards. And
onwards.
not necessarily upwards. We're on a slow downward
We're
spiral.
going down a slope slowly.
Yep.
And then we see him, like, just, montaging it out.
Yep. Montage of, look, I'm awesome!
And then, what happens after that?
After what?
The montage.
After the montage?
Another day at school?
Maybe. I don't know.
Another day at school. Yep.
Did we talk about Fred the three-legged rat?
Oh, okay, so it is another day at school, but then he goes to...
yeah,
after-
he gets in trouble. He breaks the backboard, and
Yeah.
then he gets in trouble,
He
and
does, like, the
Ben's like, you
basketball-
have to pick up your Aunt May, and then he goes to
what was
Oscorp instead.
We gotta do more detail than that.
Okay.
So he goes to another day at school, but, like, Flash is still, like, bullying him.
Yeah, because he's in love.
He for some reason, there's someone making a banner on the basketball court,
Because there's no art room.
and then, a basketball knocks over paint, and one of them is so offended, like, you did that on purpose, and he's like, no, you're doing it on the basketball court, but okay.
Yeah, no, I think...
He's like, I wish I did that on
yeah,
purpose.
because Flash, he's a jerk, and he only likes dudes. Specifically Peter Parker.
And then Peter
TM.
goes over to the girl and is like, hey, it's alright, I'll help you. And then
Another ball comes flying
over,
at
and
him.
he's like, with his spidey senses, catches it.
Yeah.
And he's
Come get it, Flash. If you
and then
want
they
it,
have this whole
come and get it.
whole scene of Peter keeping the basketball away from him. And then he goes to slam dunk it, and he breaks the backboard, and then Ben gets called.
Flash gets angry at his boyfriend.
And then,
You're just gonna ignore.
Yep. And then, Ben is, like, talking to him, being like, you gotta pick up Aunt May, because I had to switch shifts to pick you up, or deal with this. We'll be fine. And then they see Gwen, who's like, isn't that the girl on your computer? He's like, hey, he has you on his computer. And he's like,
I'm his parole officer.
Yeah. And he's like, that's some pictures for yearbook.
The debate team?
Yeah,
I was editing that. Yeah. You were in that picture, so sorry. He's a pathological liar, you know.
And then,
it's my uncle. Sorry.
And he awkwardly, after that, goes to Oscorp.
Yep.
Does some stuff with Fred the three-legged mice.
Well, they talk about how if you take this gene from a lizard and you put it in, and you test it on Fred the three-legged mice, you know,
In a program.
Yeah, they see if that would work, and it does.
It failed a lot of times, and
what in the simulation on the thing, and then freaking Connors was sad. But
and then it works, and he's like, "Yes, we did it!" And then Peter.
Then they do it. They inject it into
the mice.
Yeah. Or it's a rat.
It's a rat, and it works. They did it.
Yay!
And then Peter, I assume, just leaves.
Yeah.
And then Doctor Dude.
Dr. Connors?
I don't know. Names are not
Connors.
I know. I can say Connors, but like associating
Can
it
I
with
see your arm?
No.
Let me see your arm.
No.
I'm gonna write Connors on your arm.
I'll write it here.
Connors on your arm.
Connors. That's not how you
It's
spell it.
Conner.
Conners.
Yep.
Okay. And so, the dude's like, you did it! I'm assuming, like, one of the board members or shareholders.
Yep. The dude who is the left hand of Osborn.
Is like, you did it, now we have to test it on humans. And he's like, what? No. No. Wait, no, this is not when this happens. He goes home, and Ben's like, you didn't pick up Aunt May. And he's like, no. He's like, be a man and go apologize to him. Her.
Him? Aunt May is a man?
Don't assume her gender.
Okay. So it makes sense why Parker's... What? I'm trying to link Aunt May being a man to my theory that Flash is in love with Peter.
And so,
I don't
like,
know
go
how.
apologize to Aunt May, and Aunt May's like, no, he doesn't need to. He's like, yes, he does. And so Aunt May and Peter talk for a little bit, and then Ben is still mad, and then Peter leaves and slams the door, but with his power breaks the door because it's glass. And then, he goes and tries to get milk.
Yep.
But he doesn't have 2 cents. And Ben's out there trying to find him.
Well, he has $2.05.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have 2 cents.
It's $2.07, and the dude won't let him take the 2 cents. Like, the dude's just being a jerk.
Yep. And then a guy robs
the place
and leaves. But Ben is in the way and gets shot. And Peter's like, no!
Uncle Ben!
Call an ambulance! Yep. And then it cuts to a scene where they're like, and this is the guy.
Yep.
You don't know him.
Do you recognize this person?
And she's like,
He
nope.
murdered your husband in cold blood on the street for just some money that was in the thing. Yeah.
And then they're like, just one more thing. He has a star tattoo on his left wrist.
And then Peter's like, that's the dude who stole the money. Gosh dang it.
And so Peter goes and becomes a vigilante.
Yep.
And starts beating up guys he thinks is the dude on the street.
He keeps on, like, checking their wrists, like...
There's this one guy that's, like, about to rape a girl, and he's like, no! And then,
Wait, it looks like it's just, like, a dispute between a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Two boyfriends.
Stop it. Stop it.
It was an
Get
accident.
help!
That was an accident.
Get help.
It looks like it
Not everyone's gay. There are straight people, too.
I know.
There's also bisexuals. Yeah, just get help. And so, he's running away. He finds out the guy isn't the guy he's looking for, and while he's running away from that scene, he falls into an abandoned building.
Subconsciously, everybody's gay.
And sees what becomes Spider-Man,
Yeah,
but without the correct colors.
Where he just saw
It was
a masky thing, and he's just like, yes, I must make this now.
It's in an old boxing building with a mask on the wall from an old poster, and he goes and he makes a mask because the guy
was like, I saw your face.
I'll get you. And so he's like, I should get a mask. This one seems legit. And so he works on a mask. He also works on web shooters.
Yeah, it was totally wicked. I mean, to be honest, I prefer the more, like organic
Let me
version
deal
of
with
that.
that.
Krusty, go away.
No.
It's not time for the Rusty. It is time for the podcast. You are excused, good sir.
And then...
Don't fall, Barry the bear. I named him after
Amelia.
Bartholomew Allen.
It's Amelia.
Amelia, no. I renamed it Barry.
It's Amelia.
Okay.
Like Amelia Abilia? Yeah, but without the Abilia.
But, okay.
Or...
It's Bartholomew Allen.
It's
I call him
Amelia. She was named way before you named her Justin. There's a year on her foot. I named her then.
There is a year on her foot.
2017.
Okay. Okay.
And so, he makes the web shooters and he goes shooting.
Boo pew pew.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Do. What is Sarah's thinking face? It looks very confused.
What happens after this?
After the web shooters,
Yeah.
he starts like he gets on the like police radio and he keeps on whenever he hears
keeps going after more
like blonde guys who like fit to the description of the guy who killed his uncle.
And then at one point a guy is stealing a car and
he's very sassy about it.
He's in the back and he's trying to get out and he's like, no. And then he goes out through the window and he's like, yeah, there you go.
Through the window. There you go, bud.
And then he pulls out a knife and he's like, oh no, small knives. My only weakness. And he's like, nah. And then that's when he realized the police aren't necessarily the best of peeps.
Yeah, because he's like, look, I got a knife for you. And they're like, put your hands up. And he's like, what? You jerk. I just did like 95% of your job.
Yep. And then so he has to flee from the cops.
Sorry, technical difficulty. We had to stop recording for a second.
Sorry.
Whoops. No. Yep. Okay.
Yep. And, police work is a lot of paperwork.
Said the person studying to be in criminal justice thingy.
Yep.
Paperwork's for losers. Those for Adderall. Adderall's for losers. What?
No, I remember this vine. It's, I got cool guy syndrome. Now I take Adderall.
What?
Yeah, that's a vine. I was diagnosed with cool guy syndrome. Now I take Adderall.
Okay.
I'll show you it later.
Adderall's for losers.
And,
Adderall's for losers. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Sorry.
and
Going on
then,
a tangent.
After he runs away from the police. He goes home. Aunt May before this had asked for eggs, by the way. He goes home and he
didn't bring the eggs.
He sneaks in a little bit, but like Aunt May's there, and he doesn't. He I think he realized it, but he goes straight to the fridge.
Hi, Aunt May. Didn't get the eggs. Sorry.
And then he's like, just go to sleep. And she's like, don't you get it? I can't sleep. And she's been making tea. Because the kettle whistles. And he's like, oh, it's because Aunt Ben's not.
Aunt Ben? Second time you've called them gay. Second time you've called Aunt Ben and Uncle May gay.
No,
I know I got that backwards. It was on purpose.
Uncle Ben. I'm sorry. I'm a dad.
You're a dad.
I'm also female. So it gets confusing sometimes.
Your husband will be mom, and you are dad.
Oh my god, no.
No.
That would confuse. If we ever had kids, that would confuse me.
It would be beautiful.
Take note that I didn't say when we have kids, because no. But yeah, and then he.
If you married a girl, would it be mom and dad, or would it be mom and mom?
Mom and mom.
But you already are dad.
Yeah, but I would change her, possibly future adopted kids.
Okay. Just for the rest of the world, you're dad, but
Yep.
for your kids, you're mom.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you ever need a dad, call Sarah. And then I don't actually have my phone number, so they can't call me. Email Sarah. Email your dad. Email this to your dad.
Like, send this to your grandma, but email this to your dad?
Yep.
Awkward break in the thing because it took Sarah 5 minutes to remember where she was at.
Yep. I still don't remember.
You still...
I remembered, and then I forgot.
So, what part were you you're talking about?
And after she...
She's like, I can't sleep.
Yep.
Okay, I want to say that I feel like then we see the giant lizard rampage.
Oh, yeah. He's like...
With the cars?
The guy's like, I need to start human trials now. And he's like, no. And then he's like...
It's inhumane.
Yeah, and then they're like, I'm doing it anyway. And he goes to like, the veterans hospital.
He's going.
And the guy's like, no, you can't do that because it's not complete yet. It's inhumane. But he, for some reason, injected himself with it.
Yeah, because the dude was like, you're fired. We're taking all your research.
He's like, not today.
And so he injected that stuff into his arm.
And then he gets his arm and it's icky, and that's a really...
And then he goes to stop the dude, and then he turns into a lizard on a bridge.
Yep, and Spider-Man's like, oh no, I gotta stop that. He doesn't actually stop him, but he saves a kid.
Yeah.
And then, the next day, the police put a warrant out on Spider-Man, because that's when he named himself.
Because the kid's like, who are you? I'm Spider-Man.
It was actually the dad.
I'm Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man does whatever a Spider-Man can. Can he swing from the vine? Yes, he can, because a Spider-Man can. Spider-Man. No, sorry, it's amazing. Spider-Man.
Cool. For a second, I was expecting something else, but okay.
Okay.
The Spider-Man thing. Can he swing from... I heard can he swing from a vine, and I was expecting you to start making Vine references.
Vine. Yeah.
Sarah, guess what?
What?
Vine is dead. Vine is
Not in
dead!
Our hearts, it will forever live on.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
You say that.
Have you seen YouTube? There's so many vines on that.
One day every human is going to be dead.
Yeah, but...
Then Vine will forever be dead.
Sure.
Okay.
What if we send a vine out into space? It will never die.
Vine will live on forever.
Live on forever.
Too bad, because Rip Vine.
And so, he talks to Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, and
And
Gwen's like,
she's-
hey, you should totally come over to my house. Cough, cough.
Apartment.
Wait, no, actually, I think that was before the rampage on the bridge, but
Anyway, yeah,
Oh.
it was. We missed that.
yeah.
Yellow, she went to her house for dinner.
Yep, and and she was like, do you have a tux in your bag? And he's like, why would I have a tux in my bag? What? You didn't tell me I needed a tux, Gwen!
Yeah, she didn't. And so they had a really awkward family dinner.
And the Spider-Man, Peter Parker was just like, Spider-Man's awesome. Why are you hating on Spider-Man?
Yeah. So he goes into the. I don't know what
Into the woods, into the woods, into the woods, into the woods.
What happens after that?
After the rampage?
Yeah.
What Peter goes to the police station and he's like, first he goes to Dr. Connor and Dr. Connor's being creepy and he's like, Dr. Connor's a lizard person. And then he goes to the police station and he's like, Dr. Connor's a lizard person.
Yep. And then he goes to the sewers to find Dr.
Yeah, what?
Connors.
No, actually I think first. Oh yeah, he does. I was
And
thinking
then-
the thing at the school, but yeah,
Yeah,
first.
no, he sets up a trap with his camera.
And
that
then
says
he
Peter
sees.
Parker on the back of
Yeah,
it.
then he sees that it's Peter Parker and he's like, so then he goes to the school and rampages at the school. Stanley cameo. R.I.P. Stanley.
R.I.P. Stanley.
Yeah, but
And then,
Gwen Stacy hits the lizard over the back of the head.
yep, with a trophy, doesn't
Yep.
do much. And then Peter sends her outside via window and web sling.
Yeah.
But he tells her first.
Yeah, he's like,
polite.
I'm gonna push you out the window now.
And she's like, what? And he does it. And
like, what? He makes it safe.
Yeah, and then the
It's
cops...
like bungee jumping, but less fun.
And the cops come, and...
She's like, Peter, where are you? And he's like, I'm in the sewers. Go to the Oscorp and make an antidote for the dude.
Yes. And then he's trying to track down the guy and figures out that he's going to Oscorp for the machine that his dad made that makes things in the air.
Yeah. So it makes it so where everybody gets the same medicine.
Yeah.
Like in the city or like in a certain radius of the thing.
They didn't like that because it wasn't optional and all of that, and so it just sat in Oscorp forever. And so he's gonna go do that, and she's making the antidote, and then Connors, and I have it written down this time, so I don't need to ask you. Ayo.
What?
Connors.
You have the name Connors written down. Okay.
And then Connors gets to Oscorp, and Gwen evacuates everyone.
Yeah, because there's a phone call between Pete and Gwen.
And so she's like, I'm gonna make the antidote. And he's like, did you not just hear me? And she's like, I'll evacuate everyone. And that's what she does, and she's still in there. And Peter gets caught by the cops.
Mm-hmm.
And
He fights
they
him.
demasks him. And that's when Gwen's dad finds out that Peter is Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I gotta save Gwen. And he's like, gosh dang it, you gotta save Gwen. And so he lets him go, but one of the cops shoots him.
In the thigh.
And so he's having...
thighs out, skies out.
And so he's having trouble getting to Oscorp. But, like, all the construction people, like...
We help!
Take out their cranes and are like, whoosh. Now you have an easier route. And he's like, dang, I do. And he goes to Oscorp.
Why is your... Sarah, why?
Because you're sending things to me.
Put your phone on vibrate, you heathen.
No, I don't need to.
Okay, fine. Just random sound from the heavens, then.
Yep. And then, he gets somehow, Gwen's dad... Stop sending me things. This would be a problem. And Gwen's dad is captain of the police.
Yeah.
We didn't mention that before. And
Oopsies.
she exits the building because she has the antidote, but she needs to get it to Spider-Man. And he's like, ugh, no, get in the car. I'll do this.
Yeah.
I know your boyfriend is a man of many masks. And so he goes up to the top level before.
Yeah, and he helps Peter.
And then he fights Connors for a little bit, but he regenerates, so you know.
Yeah.
And Peter switches the antidote out for the whatever the friggity frack.
We didn't talk about the fact that Mr. Connors, I downgraded him to a Mister.
He doesn't even deserve his PhD.
Yeah.
Excuse you.
So, Dr. Connors he wants to turn everybody into a lizard because he's delusional.
Yeah.
So they're going to spray the antidote across the city is what Gwen, Stacy, and Peter Parker decided to do. Because they decided that would be a great idea.
Yep. And then so he gets turned back into a human.
Along with everybody else. And
everyone else.
Some people were turned into lizards. We forgot to mention that people were turned into lizards.
But they fixed it.
We fixed it, don't worry.
And then he gets arrested and not put in cuffs because he only now has one hand.
Yep.
So I don't know what they did there.
They handcuffed one of his handcuffed one of his hands to his ankle.
No.
And it was very awkward.
Even though I'm studying criminal justice, they never talk about the fact that some people have one hand and what to do with it.
I guess you just handcuff them to a police officer.
I guess.
But
they can still wildly, because he had part of an arm.
Yeah.
So he can still wildly swing that. So what do you do? What do you do?
I mean, you have to be pretty close.
Yeah, but like he can still like wildly swing it. Because when you handcuff someone, you grab them by the arm and you take them into the car.
I guess you'd handcuff one hand to his ankle, and then you just hold the stuff behind his back.
I know this is inhumane, but like the only thing my mind's coming up with is you just taser him and shove him in the car.
Not in the car. You put him in the trunk.
Yeah, that's my only thought process right there. But like, that's not what you do. Like, what do you do? I need to know these facts, guys.
Ask your professor next week.
I'm going to school for this.
Ask your professor next week.
Yeah, I'll go up to him and be like, what do you do if you arrest someone with one hand?
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll get an answer.
Hopefully.
And so...
They'll Google it.
Oh, I can probably Google that. But, like... and then it's the end. So...
Gwen's dad dies.
Gwen's dad died, and then there's a funeral, and Gwen's like, talking to Peter, was like, why weren't you there? And she's like, I promised your dad that I would stay away. And he's like, and she walks away.
Yeah.
And later
about that. And then
he listens to the voicemail that
like,
Ben
you're
left.
My hero.
Talks about him, and he's like, oh, I can't stay away from Gwen after this.
And then he goes to class, and he's late, and he's like, sorry, I won't do it again, miss.
I promise.
Promise. Well, before we see that, we see Peter's boyfriend wearing a Spider-Man shirt.
Flash.
Yes, we see Flash, Peter's boyfriend, wearing a Spider-Man shirt.
And then, so the teacher's like, don't make promises you can't keep. And he's like, but I like that.
That's the best kind of promise.
Yeah, and then Gwen smiles and it ends. And then there's an end credit scene where the Connors is in the
prison,
and then someone's also in the prison cell with them. And
someone's like, did you tell him the truth? Did you tell Parker the truth about his dad?
And he's like, no. It's good. And it ends.
Yep. So yeah, let's go through. We've reached the end of the recap, and Sarah's walking to the door.
Light switch.
Okay. And so now it is time to talk about our notes that we wrote down. First note I have is, don't be a creepy Petey. Why you take pictures without consent of the Gwen? Jerk.
I have, those curtains are not helping anything. Because when the father originally, like, closes, like, the curtains,
They're, like, kind of sheer.
they're sheer. You can see straight through those.
I mean, but you can't see, like, words.
Yeah, but, like, okay.
These are my bowling trophies.
These are my bowling
Is
trophies.
that also your next note?
Yeah.
Okay. A shower of spiders, aka your worst nightmare.
Yeah, I have arachnophobia.
Who's not afraid of spiders?
Yeah, well, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
There was a spider, in my room one time, and I saw it, and I ran to my mom, and I was crying. Like, I couldn't tell her that there was a spider in my room, because I was crying so bad.
One time, when me and my brother were kids, there was a spider, and my parents were like, "Boy, kill the spider," and my brother wouldn't, so I killed the spider, and it was just like a daddy long legs.
Yeah.
Also, there was a time where we went into a cave, and me and my dad were in the cave, and there are like daddy long legs covering the roof of the cave, and I thought it was gross. But then I was like, oh well, whatever. And my dad was like, "Come on, get in the cave. Come on, up here." And my brother was like, "I don't trust him, Liz. There any spiders in there?" And I lie, and I'm like, "No, of course not." And then he gets up into the cave, sits down, looks up, and then like,
Technically, daddy long legs aren't really spiders.
yeah. So I didn't lie.
So you didn't lie.
So I didn't lie. So then he walks back to the mouth of the cage and he's like, nope, not doing this.
My next note is, my name is Rodrigo Guevara. You stole my badge. Prepare to die.
My name is Rodrigo!
Yeah, because he was like being... The real Rodrigo was
he needs
being
a hug.
taken
He
out.
needs a hug.
Yeah.
I'd hug him. It's amazing. It's amazing. Nobody likes your meatloaf. Why did you not tell me you didn't like my meatloaf 37 years ago?
I have, he's super, like, during the fight scene in the train, before that, he stuck to the train, like, ceiling. I was like, he's super calm about sticking to the ceiling of this train, because I would be freaking out.
Freaking out, man. I'm freaking out.
Yeah. That's that shade on the meatloaf.
The shade on the meatloaf. Fred the three-legged rat.
I have, breaking the alarm clock is my mood for the morning.
Alarm clock is mood. What's the next note you have?
Sorry, Ben.
Oh, sorry, Ben. Next note I have is, not my policy, because the dude was like, it's our policy, you can't take those 2 pennies. And so, and then the dude was like, dude, can you help me? That dude just stole all my money. And he's like, sorry, that's not my policy.
And then
Uncle Ben, no!
I have Flash. Why the change of heart? Because he all of a sudden went from, I'm gonna beat you up, to, I'm sorry, dude.
Because he's in love with Peter. Have you not heard my headcanon the entire time I've been talking to you? But yeah, I'm like, Flash is being nice, question mark?
Yep. And then I have small knives, my weakness. I love that scene.
Yeah,
so much.
I love it too. Through the window. Yep, there you go, buddy. The next note I have is, I like the sass, Petey. And then, oh no, knives, my weakness.
I have no one told Peter it was formal wear for dinner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's when the scene for the dinner happened.
The next note I have is, okay, Dr. Connors, but why was that blanket dry when it was in the sewer? Because you just found, like, a dry blanket in the sewer. Like, dude, like, what? How? What sorcery is this?
This is when Peter goes to, like, the police station.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's Dr. Connors! He's the lizard! And I was like, why did Peter think that was gonna work and not make him seem crazy?
I don't know. Stanley cameo, Whip Stanley. That's the next note I have.
I have the lizards have a place to be, man. Because when he's setting up the trap, the lizards go, whoop, whoop.
Yep.
And
A lot
then
of lizards.
they're going places.
They got places to be,
They got
lizards to see.
And then, Peter visits Gwen again, and the dad's like, do you want some cocoa? We're making cocoa. And I was like, do you want cocoa? You could have cocoa, because cocoa could be made, because cocoa is good. Because He just kept saying
He's like, "Do you
Coco.
want cocoa? Are you sure you don't want cocoa?" I remember last week you said that you had a fantasy of living in a chocolate house, and she's like, "Well, yeah, that's impractical and fattening."
Yeah, and he's like, oh, what's happening? Because she didn't want the dad to know
Peter was there.
Peter was there.
Yeah. Because Gwen, we never talked about the fact that Gwen found out that he was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gwen found out he's Spider-Man. He's Spider-Man.
He's Spooderman.
Yeah. Okay. This note is when Dr. Connors like turns some people into lizard people via this airborne toxin.
Mm-hmm.
And like, but Dr. Connors took an injection to be a lizard person, but now it's airborne.
Yeah.
I get like science. How does do? We don't see any like
we
changing.
don't see like him messing around with the chemicals or anything. He's just straight up taking what he injected into himself and putting it into the air.
Yep.
It doesn't work that way.
And somehow it became gas.
See? No.
Don't know how that happened.
I have. At least he warned her before throwing her out the window.
Fair point.
Yeah.
What's your next note?
Why is he wearing clothes? He's a lizard now.
Rusty, does this look like democracy?
No. Go. Thank you.
Sarah has left the room.
No,
I'm in
go.
charge. This bear's name is Barry Allen.
Go. It's not. It is Amelia.
No, Henry Allen is the name of this bear. I love him even though he time travels, which is annoying.
Okay. No. Why do I have duct tape on my door?
It's your door. Why should I know why you have duct tape on your
Anyway,
door? I keep secrets.
it is Amelia.
So big.
So I didn't understand why he was wearing clothes.
Yeah, the lizard person?
Yeah.
Because he turned into a lizard person. Before that, he was a
And then,
man. Nope, he was a person. And then he became a lizard person.
okay, so Sony is the one who made
Yep,
this.
so
They did a weird shot of just, there's no other shots like this in the movie, but it's a first person like view of Spider-Man like slingshotting.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why did we need that first person shot with Spider-Man, Sony? Sony, I need explanations. Because if there's only one and there's none other, like why?
It happened so fast, I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, no, it happened.
I mean, I believe you. Like, that seems like something they would do, but I just didn't.
On.
I don't know where I was looking.
It was weird. There's no explanation for it.
Anywho.
Just the director was like, first person shot of Spider-Man
Just
now.
once. Just once.
Once. Then I have Rip.
Rip what? Oh,
Yeah.
Rip the dad?
Yeah.
Okay. All those eggs are broken.
Because he came home and he's like, I got eggs, Aunt May. All of them are broken.
I headcanon, all those eggs are broken. Also headcanon, Flash loves Petey.
Yeah, and then, so...
Everybody's gay.
And then, Gwen showed up to Pete's door and was like, why didn't you go to the funeral? And I was like, if Peter is...
He did, though. Like, he was, like, hidden behind something.
I was like, if I was Peter, I don't do well with funerals. Just, I'm really awkward there. Like, I understand funerals are an awkward thing.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm super awkward. Like, you'll find me at if I ever go to, like, for some reason, one of your funerals.
If I die, will you go to my funeral?
Yeah, no, I go to funerals. It's just I'm super awkward. People are like, hi, how you doing? What up? And I'm like...
clearly not good.
I'm like-
Somebody's dead.
Even if I'm, like, not super attached to the person, I'm like... And then I usually attempt to exit any conversation.
Are we gonna talk about the fact that Petey was shot or no?
No, we did. Once.
No, but like that's my next note because like they never bring it up again.
No,
he gets shot and like we never see like reproductions of him being like I'm wounded.
He clots the thing with his webs.
No, I just mean like after the battle.
Yeah, and then
because it's never like we have to
Never.
get a bullet out of your thigh.
Yeah,
Did it just graze him or?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know because
just don't talk about it.
of the new
Yeah.
Spider-Man that he can heal from a bullet wound in just a day.
Oh.
But
Well,
but the way this one
Winter.
worked, I don't know of that because he got a bruise and it should have been gone by the morning because he got it at night.
But it wasn't.
But it
so-
wasn't.
Yeah.
And
The
then
next note I have is in the end credits. So what do you
Uncle Ben still hitting the feels
Oh no.
because the
man.
voicemail.
Yep,
Yep.
it was tears.
And then I was like, there's an end credit scene?
What?
Okay, that's all I got.
End credits. What is the truth about his father? Or just the note I have. What is the truth? Tell me the truth. You can't handle the truth. So yeah, we have reached the end of our notes, which
Oh my
means
goodness.
we've reached the end of this podcast.
Holy shenanigans, you never thought we would get here.
Holy shenanigans, Batman.
Holy shenanigans, Batman.
It's been a while since we've done one of these.
Yeah, I almost forgot.
How this went,
Yep.
Cat.
I'm sorry
Cat.
for my cat.
This is the end of the podcast. I almost said this is the end of the video thing.
This is
Goodbye.
the end of the video. Bye. Yeah, no.
This is the end of the podcast. We have Instagram, we have YouTube, The Sarah Way, and Liz is Actually Magic. You should totally check that out.
Yeah.
You don't have to, though. We
Nope.
also have an Instagram for the podcast. We barely ever use it, though. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
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 I'm your favorite. Wait, we should make a poll. Leave it in the comments. Leave a review. Which host is your favorite?
Me, Sarah, or
Me, Liz. Obviously the superior of the two.
fight me. Put up your fist.
I will banter with you, but physically no.
Physically, no.
I think I would win. You are a twig.
You don't know
What do I not know?
how I fight. You've never seen me fight.
I have longer nails. You have no nails. I have some muscles. You have no muscles.
Actually, for my body, I have more muscles
Okay.
than most.
Okay.
I'm
still
just,
saying
I'm just
I-
a tiny person.
I'm still saying I would win the fight.
You don't know how I fight.
Okay. You fight dirty.
Yeah.
Sarah brings out a gun, just like
you
a
brought
Glock.
you brought fists to a gunfight.
So yeah. Leave a comment below. Leave a review telling us who's your favorite host. It's probably gonna be Sarah because nobody loves me. Okay, goodbye.
I'm dad, so so they're obligated to love me.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, yeah.